I am going to beat you into the living death.
Welcome back to Yelling About Mixed Martial Arts, the show where I yell about mixed martial arts. You take 1 week off of being a complete MMA nerd, and all of a sudden, you've missed all of Hydration Gate. Well, thankfully that controversy is behind us, but if you missed it, here is a brief recap. Oi, mate, I just rewatched the fight and I won. No, brother, I rewatched the fight and I won. Rabble, 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 rabble. Wait a second, mate. You used an IV to rehydrate. No, brother, I didn't do this. Islam is the best in the world. He can use an IV to rehydrate if he wants to, you stupid fucks. What? Nothing to see here. Let me just hit the delete button on that. Does anybody know the actual fucking rules around here? Well, here are a bunch of words that sort of sound like rules. So you don't know the rules either? Nope. Aren't you kinda supposed to? Yep. Well, goddamn it, man. Well, it doesn't matter what the rules are, cause we ain't looking into this shit. So shut the fuck up, the lot of ya. Rabble, 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 rabble. Oh look, Greg Hardy got knocked out in bare knuckle. In the world of MMA controversies, this is what is known as a Tuesday. Far more important to me this week was this unfunny dreck put out by Paulo Costa, who you might remember from his autobiography, I once got humped by Israel Adesanya and there wasn't enough wine in the world to help me forget. More disturbing than the contents of this cringe video is the fact that there are actually people on this planet who find his shtick funny. It really does prove that comedy is subjective. And by subjective, I mean the fact that I have to subject myself to breathing the same air as these people makes being sat on by Emmanuel Yarborough seem like an okay way to die. So today on Yelling About Mixed Martial Arts, we'll take a look at a few fighters who have decided that they're funny people, and I, as an authority on the intersection of comedy and mixed martial arts, will give you my 100% accurate assessment of their comedic prowess. We start the list off strong with Daniel Cormier, perennial figure of the sport, going from double champ to commentator. He's one half teddy bear, one half walking dad joke. Sometimes funny for the jokes he intends to make, other times funny for the fact that he can't string together a cohesive thought while commentating. I give DC a solid 3 out of 10 cakes, paired with a solid 3 out of 10 chickens, because as we all know, that is what he's all about. Perhaps the greatest heel in the history of MMA, Uncle Chael has exactly 2 things in life, his balls and his kayfabe, and he don't break neither for nobody. Pair that commitment to character with some of the absolute worst takes in the sport, and you have a recipe for comedy gold. Chael Sonnen, 7 out of 10 laundered dollar bills. And now for the person who inspired this list, Paulo Costa, a purveyor of some of the most trite, baseline humor in all of the MMA world. 2 attractive women are going to fight? I'll watch that fight on OnlyFans. Wow, Paulo, really had to dig deep to unearth that gem, didn't ya? More importantly, there is not now, nor has there ever been anything funny about Secret Juice. So the fact that he continues to beat that dead horse senseless is utterly baffling to me. But by all means, Mr. Costa, continue to whack the hell out of that dead carcass, because everyone knows that a joke is only funnier after it's been tombstone pile-drived into the dirt. 2 out of 10 Luke Rockhold blood baptisms. Smug, arrogant smarminess paired with elementary school level chirping made the flying knee that sent him into the shadow realm all that much sweeter. 3 out of 10 Robbie Lawler robberies for Flunky. Boom, roasted. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. When once he may have been considered the greatest trash talker in MMA history, the level of humor in Conor McGregor's trash talking now has devolved into a level of dreck that is almost incomprehensible. Pairing that with the fact that he's almost never intentionally funny outside of press conferences anymore, his humor has turned into a shallow and empty husk, a mere shadow of what once was. Credit where credit is due for the time when he was on top, but that time is a long time ago now. 5 out of 10, your wife is your husband's. I think the internet has said all that needs to be said about this subject. 10-7 Ariel Helwani. It's one thing to be called the king of cringe, and another thing to lean into it so far that you fall over altogether. Sadder still is the fact that every once in a while, Henry Cejudo actually does come out with a pretty decent burn or zinger, only for it to be overshadowed by the fact that no one gives a fuck about anything that he has to say. But hey, I guess when you exercise the nuclear option of retirement only to find out that the fans don't really care if you come back at all, the only way to cope is to try to be funny, even if your jokes are landing at broken clock levels of accuracy. 3 out of 10 creepy face pillows of fighters that fans care more about. When one of those fighters is Demetrius Johnson, that speaks volumes. Any semblance of comedy in the things that this man says are overshadowed to me by the fact that he is a completely unhinged and deranged individual. Mark my words, one day in the near future, Sean Strickland is going to be involved in something outside of the cage that is very nasty and has no one laughing. But until then, feel free to enjoy all of his Donald Trump style assholisms, thinly veiled in the I'm just keeping it real ethos. 2 out of 10, oh my god bro, he's so savage lol. What's not to love about MMA's own Danny Tanner? Forrest Griffin is the human equivalent of cornbread, and ain't nothing wrong with that. 7 out of 10 promotion-saving tough finales. Another OG of the MMA humor world, Boss Rutan's witticisms paired with his fun accent led to nothing but good times. If Forrest Griffin was the Danny Tanner of MMA, Boss Rutan was certainly the Cousin Balky. 6 out of 10 viral self-defense videos. While he may have many memorable quips to his name, Rampage Jackson's unrelenting mockery of Daryl Schoonover on The Ultimate Fighter really sent him into the stratosphere of MMA comedy. Titties all day. And a broken door to boot. 8 out of 10 inappropriately manhandled female reporters. With his losing streak sadly continuing, Darren Till's glory days of trolling may be well behind us at this point. But looking back, they might not have even really been that glorious to begin with. Sure, he may have had a few good quips here and there, but picking on the mentally challenged really is low-hanging fruit. 5 out of 10 decent photoshops. Last and certainly not least, Derek Lewis, a person who at his core is an actually genuinely funny person. He's funny in press conferences, funny on Instagram, and funny in his post-fight interviews, even though admittedly it has been a long time since he's had one of those. His soft-spoken nature and genuine demeanor make the comedy seem effortless for Lewis. 9 out of 10 hot balls, because Derek, I understand. We all understand. Alright, so that's the list. If I missed anybody, let me know in the comments, because obviously, it's very important that I be made aware. For Yelling About Mixed Martial Arts, this is Thinker St. James, reminding you that if you care this much about MMA, you too are a fucking moron. You see, it's funny because it's juice. But you don't know what's in it because it's secret juice, you know? It's secret juice. It's juice, but you don't know what's in the juice. It's secret. It's secret juice, you know? You get it. You get it.
No! I don't get it!